So, Narcos Mexico Season 3 cost, release date, plot, and everything you need to know. Felix Gallardo was dealt a hammer blow in Narcos Mexico's second season when he was arrested and thrown in jail for the murder of DEA agent Enrique Kiki Cambrana. But with the drug kingpin finally behind bars, where will the series go from here? Here's everything you need to know about Narcos Mexico Season 3. Narcos Mexico Season 3 cast, who is in it? It's official, Narcos Mexico is getting a third season. Chatting to the Hollywood Reporter about how far the series could go, former showrunner Eric Newman said, "As I always say, we will go on as long as they let us and as long as the drug war rages, which, as you know, there is no end in sight. But I would be lying if I said I hadn't put quite a bit of thought into where we would go. I've always had a pretty fair idea at where we end up. That's about all I can say about Season 3. But it's definitely something that we are actively discussing internally." He added, "By the time we were to catch up with the present day, it would no longer be the present. It would be sad chapters of a continuing story that would become the past. By the time we would get to 2020, we would have so much new material that would have regenerated, and we could just keep going until it or we expire. As for the cast, Luna will not be back. He hasn't revealed why, but we have done a big deep dive right there, delving into main factors. It was announced that the following cast members will all be back for Season 3. Scoot McNairy, Jos Maria Yasnepic, Amado Carrillo Fuentes, Alberto Aman, Helmer Herrera Acapacho, Alfonso Dozal, Benjamin Arellano, Felix Mara Hermosillo, Enedina Arellano Felix, Matt Lesher, Manuel Masalva, Alejandro Edo, and Gorga La Sosa. New cast members include Luis Gerardo Mendez, Alberta Guerra, Luisa Rubino, and Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio. Here is who they are all playing. Mendez's Victor Tapia, a Juarez cop with a moral dilemma. Despite his misgivings over getting involved, he's drawn into the mystery of a series of brutal killings. Guerra Ismael Elmayo Jambada, an independent drug trafficker whose unassuming manner belies the fact that he's quietly one step ahead of everyone else. Rubino is Andrea Nunes, a young, idealistic, and ambitious journalist whose mission to expose corruption brings her an even bigger story than she anticipated. Bad Bunny's Arturo Kitty Paez, a member of Ramon Arellano Felix gang called the Narco Juniors, rich, well-connected kids from upper society who fell in love with the cartel life for the money, drugs, and violence. There is also Alessandro Firth as Ramon Salgado, Lorenzo Ferro as Alex Hodoin, Jos Junego as the General Rebolo, Diego Calva as Arturo Beltran Leia, Christian Lee Gudowski as Danny Bu Mirchoff as Steve Sheridan. Additional new guest stars include Jessica Barroto as Marta Damianti, Quintanar as Jordaniso, Manuel Uriza as Carlos Hank Gonzalez, and Markin Lopez as Rogelio. Carlo Bernard has taken over as showrunner, with Newman on board as executive producer. Narcos Mexico Season 3 release date, when will it air? Season 1 kicked off in November 2018, but fans had to wait until February 2020 for Season 2, so your guess is as good as ours at the moment. COVID is still looming, which means delays are likely. Narcos Mexico Season 3 plot, what will happen? It's very much an acceleration into chaos, but we are still in the early days of it. Newman told Collider when asked where the action could go next. Felix Gallardo going to jail and splintering of this I think he had built into these firearms was the beginning of the first incredibly violent chapter of the drug war. We are heading into 90s where it gets really ugly because that thing that held everybody together, which was Felix Gallardo, and his dream is gone, so the killing starts. He added, you look at today and what's going on, it's many of the same guys, the same old guard cartel guys, the Sinaloa cartel, the Juarez cartel, the Gulf cartel, and Arellano Felix cartel in Tijuana, and remnant of these other cartels are waging war against a new generation of cartels that are incredibly violent and have none of the code. They are truly characterized only by these propensity of violence. It's the only move they have. As we watch this happen, we are rooting for old guys to win because the reality of the new generation, be it the Jalisco cartel or Los Zetas or any of these groups, they're just about bodies hanging from telephone poles. But this season of 2 of Mexico is really where we reach that point of no return and then go hurtling off these